biggest killer of any musician's career is lack of progression. That feeling where you're working hard but you're going round and round in circles without any advancement. The definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different outcome. So therefore, this isn't about work ethic. This is about mindset. As musicians and artists, we are taught to be relentless and do more. More singles, more releases, more content, more gigs, more videos. The problem is, 6 months later, if we're not seeing the fruits of our labor and we're doing the same gigs to the same people and putting out the same content and seeing the same results from the same people, then that is where frustration kicks in. And this is where we need to change the mindset. What if we stop blaming the algorithm and we start thinking about the person on the other end of the screen? What if this wasn't Instagram not showing your content? What if the person on the other end of the screen did see your content, but didn't care? And therefore didn't act appropriately, didn't engage, didn't do anything to help the algorithm push your content. So this is the key. What can we do differently? 99% of social media content is hit and hope. It's I need to post something on my socials. Let me post that picture and hopefully someone will care. Hopefully it'll strike gold, or hopefully it'll get discovered by this brand new audience. But that's not the way social media works. What if we said, I'm going to post this piece of content so I can figure out what works and what doesn't, what people like and what they don't like. And then I can optimize. I can take what I've learned and I can input that into the next piece of content so that that one is better than the last. And if I do that every single day or every single week, then week in, week out, my social media content is going to get better for the person on the other end of the screen. It means you're changing your mindset and you're not thinking, I'm going to post this on my social media, but what happens if I post this on my social media? What happens if I post 3 times a day? And you find out maybe the quality is not so good. Maybe the engagement goes down because there's a lot of your content going out. Maybe your mental health suffers, but maybe you're putting out so much content that you are actually getting new people come through. At least you know what happens when you post 3 times a day. Or what if we do the opposite? What if we don't post 3 times a day? What happens if we spend 10 hours in a week making one 10-second piece of content to try and make something truly outstanding that you are proud of? What happens? Does the audience react better? Does the algorithm pick it up and show it, and therefore will show my next piece of content a week later? How do you know if you are not trying these things? What if you post 10-second content? What if you post 30-second content? What if you post 60-second content, or 3-minute, or 15 minutes, or black and white pictures, or color pictures, or 1 picture, or a carousel of 3 or 10 pictures, or a live session? What if, what if, what if? And what can we learn from doing that? On the whole, musicians quit through frustration of progression. Not so much improvement, but progression. The problem is, never quitting is like a muscle. I'll never quit, so I keep going and going. But when you're making the same piece of content again and again, it's like tensing a muscle. And you can only tense a muscle for so long. Instead of thinking, hang on, I've got loads of different muscles, why don't I try different muscles all of the time? When you do your next gig or your next single release or your next piece of content, why can't we break it down and figure out what worked and what didn't, and then implement that into the next gig or the next single release? Meaning every gig that you do will get better and better. Every single release that you do will get better and better, but not by chance, not by luck, because we've studied it. We've analyzed what people on the other side like and what they don't like, and we implement what they like into our next gig or our next single release. Meaning every single time you do something, you're optimizing it to get better and better and better. The thing is, this is not about strategy. I have seen so many amazingly talented musicians quit with the right strategy, with the right work ethic, releasing music regularly, making content on a daily basis. This is not about the strategy. This to me is about the mindset. This is about changing the way we think. So yes, we're relentless, but we're not doing the same thing. After all, If I go on the same road every single day, I'll get to the same place. I'll get to the same town or the same city. And tomorrow, if I do the same journey, I'll get to the same town and the same city. And I can do it every single day and be as relentless as I want. Where am I going to get? The same town or the same city. But if I take that journey the next day, but this time I play the what if game and I take a turning instead of staying on the same road, all of a sudden I've opened up a whole new lot of options and I'm building a playbook. I'm building a map. Think about a maze. If you just go in and hope for the best, maybe something will happen. Whereas if we're laying crumbs and we say, no, hang on, I've been down that route. I don't need to do that again. Let me take another route. You are much more likely to get to the end in a much faster time. So if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling like you're going around in circles, then now is the time to keep the strategy, change the mindset. What can we do differently this time round so that we can analyze it and progress? So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you are serious about your music and getting your music heard, then check out DK Music Business Academy. The link is in the description below. It's a chance to work with me on your music releases and building up that audience. It's got over 50 hours worth of courses, including the 8-hour roadmap to 1 million streams. It's got a community of amazing musicians just like yourself from all over the world. I do live sessions each week, and there's Sonar, which is a database of playlist curators. So what have you got to lose? Otherwise, do me a favor, hit that like button, stay well, and I'll see you guys soon.